Hello, my name is Timothy. I was 17 years old when I crossed over to the world of spirit. I had recently obtained my driver's license and a job, and I was on my way to work on a Thursday evening after school. And I went through an intersection. I had the green light, and a pickup truck never stopped and broadsided me. I was killed, not instantly, but I did not suffer long. All I remember of the accident is a horrendous crash and searing pain throughout my body. As I lay in the wreck of what was my parents' car, bleeding out, I never really thought of much of anything as I was unconscious. And suddenly, I was above the car, looking down at the accident. The man in the pickup truck slumped over his wheel. This was 1987, by the way. People rushed to the scene. Few screamed for someone to go call an ambulance. There weren't cell phones really at that time. As I hovered above the car, watching the chaos, it seemed like an eternity for the ambulance to get there. I was gone before they arrived. And then this white light came out of nowhere and it surrounded me. And then all I felt was peace and love. And there were many souls there to greet me. My grandparents, ancestors, guides. I was overwhelmed by the amount of love that shone on me. And then I remembered my family and my girlfriend, how horrible they would feel. And I begged to return to my body and live again. But I was told and somewhat reassured that that was my time. A bit of a backstory for you all. I grew up in a typical suburban home. Both my parents worked. I had a younger sister and a younger brother, 15 for Emily and 12 for Toby. We were we were for the most part a happy family. The usual bickerings that goes on anywhere. My mom was an excellent cook, but with her job, she didn't always have time to prepare meals she would like and would leave notes for me to prepare simple things. I got good at it. I was your usual child, doing the usual things. I did okay in school. Wasn't brilliant, but I did okay. I liked girls early on. They were like honey for me, being a bee. In high school, I was reasonably popular. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't a geek. I wasn't a nerd. I was just me. But I was good-natured, and most everybody liked me. I met my girlfriend when I was approaching 16 years of age, and we clicked pretty much right off the bat. And we went steady right up until my accident. My dad was an electrician, and my mom worked in an office. After being enveloped by the light, I hovered around my family, trying to get their attention, trying to let them know I was okay. My parents were absolutely devastated, and that broke my heart. My mother cried for days and had to be pumped up on tranquilizers just to make it through the funeral. My father was like a ghost. At the funeral, they both looked like they could drop dead at any moment. The grief was so heavy on them. My sister and brother were shocked and confused. They did not understand this thing called death. They didn't understand why suddenly I was gone, even though they knew I was in a horrible car wreck. I hung around for about a week, trying to get their attention, trying to let them know I was okay, and realized that that effort was fruitless at this time. And I allowed the spirits that greeted me at my death to bring me back into the light, the afterlife, to begin my new life. I did my life review. And I looked at everything that I had done, things I could have changed, things I excelled at. It was very, very enlightening. And I saw that I had chosen that life and that I had chosen to exit in that fashion at that time of my life. It was something that I and my whole family had agreed upon. Although it still saddened me a bit, it gave me understanding to why we choose some of the lives we do choose. My girlfriend mourned me for almost a year. We were young, perhaps a little foolish, but she had some daydream that someday we would get married. And the very thought of having to find someone new, to find new love, terrified her because she never wanted to experience this pain ever again. The afterlife, the real life, is simply amazing. I am in school of sorts and planning for my next life and waiting for others to join me on this side to finalize the plans. The basics have been laid out because even though they are still alive, I communicate with their higher selves. Once we're all together, we can decide what we want to do as a group. My message to everyone is fear not when your time comes, because that has been planned out before you ever incarnated into this earth plane. Live your life to the fullest. Follow your dreams. Live your dreams. Be as happy as you can be and love as hard as you can love. Be kind. Be generous. I have said my piece for now, and I thank this channel for allowing me to speak.